All right, everybody, we are back. We are back with the B team. And like the old days, we used to say we are better than ever. We are not better than ever, Mike. We are actually down badder than most people are in the United States at the moment. It's an election year. The Jets suck. The Cowboys suck. The Mets, good, then sucked. The Yankees, good, then sucked. We could not be in a worse place right now in terms of our teams. We're not so different. We could not be in a worse place. But with both of our teams, it is bad ownership. It's
go Rangers.
Bad hitting. I can't even say that because the Flyers suck ass.
Yeah.
The Sixers, at least I have like the Sixers who I can go watch Maxey, but even them, I mean, we were in last place 2 nights ago until Maxey went off against the Pacers. Like,
we are very similar now as I'm thinking of it because the Rangers are like the Sixers to you, and then the Flyers are like the Nets to me because the Nets are just absolute dumpster fire.
The fact that Ben Simmons is one of your best players is shocking. Shocking.
Cam Thomas, baby.
Shocking.
Just puts up like 40 and we lose by 20. Doesn't make sense.
Well, where do you want to start? You want to start with the NFL or do you want to get into the World Series quick?
Well, let's let that simmer a little bit. That's just new. We'll put that towards the end. Actually, you know what? Why don't we start out with the MLB?
We'll get it out of the way.
Yeah.
So
What are your thoughts?
The Yankees are down 3-0 to the Dodgers going into Game 4. It's bad.
The Yankees lose.
So tonight we're gonna have Louis Gill on the mound. I do think the Yankees win tonight. I don't see us getting swept. I see us playing all 3 games in New York. Do we lose Game 5? Maybe. At this point, the Dodgers have 3 guys you can't pitch to. And, what are you supposed to do with that? The Yankees used to have that. Go back 3 weeks, you had that in the Yankees. You couldn't pitch to Juan Soto. You couldn't pitch to Aaron Judge. You couldn't pitch to Giancarlo Stanton. Stanton's been fantastic. Soto's been fantastic. And then the captain, buddy, I love you. I don't like the people posting pictures without your pinstripes on. But, my God, Lou Gehrig hit better than you in the World Series, and he had ALS. It's fucking unbelievable. I don't know what to say. And our pitching hasn't been terrible. We're holding the Dodgers to 5 runs a game. That's not terrible. Especially when a lot of the runs, other than last night, a lot of the runs have come later in the game. I thought Garrett Cole shouldn't have left Game 1. I thought Aaron Boone fucked this series up in Game 1. Garrett Cole should have never left. Your ace is lighting him up. He's on 75 pitches, I think it was. Let the man keep going. Let him go all the way to the 9th. They couldn't hit him. And then you pull Gleyber Torres, who has been your best player at the plate for maybe 4 weeks. Let the guy keep playing. Let him say how we're bringing in Oswaldo Cabrera, who plays every 5 games. And then on top of that, you bring Nestor Cortez in. He hasn't pitched in 3 months. And you bring him in to face Ohtani, Freeman, Mookie Betts. No shit he's going to get lit up. He pitched 2 pitches, Mike. 2 pitches. The first pitch, he fucked up Verdugo's legs. The second pitch gets bombed out of the place for a grand slam, and they walk it off. I get it. Aaron Boone has got us to the playoffs. He got us to a World Series, something that we haven't done in 15 years. I get it. But at some point, we have to look in the mirror here and say, Aaron Boone ain't the guy. We got to go get a manager. We have to get someone who can actually make decisions in the game because he can't make decisions. He's just there, and he does this shit all the time. He boomboozles us.
Done.
I don't get it.
But we've been saying this for how long now? That Aaron Boone has to go, blah, blah, blah. We haven't been in the World Series and whatever.
It's been since his first year, Mike.
I know.
And he stays
and he's
around.
Still here.
And now he made a World Series. What could you do? What can you do now? You have to get rid of him.
Yeah, I was never a fan of him to begin with. But I think I agree with you. I think a lot of his decision-making, especially in the World Series, have come to bite you in the ass. But I think I just think the Dodgers are just better. Honestly, I truly think that I know what you're going to say because your pitching has been all right.
No.
Everything else has been all right, but when you poke the bear like Freddie Freeman, the dude is now tearing y'all apart. Yeah. That Game 1, why Why? You're up by a run. There's a man on first and second. Yep. They get a hit. At least you could try to gun him out at home.
Yes.
Why the hell would you intentionally walk Mookie Betts, elite player, to get to another elite player who's actually got a pretty good average against left-handed pitchers?
Dude.
That was a terrible call. Terrible. You pitched to Mookie. I'm sorry.
And I forgot to look this up. Whoever our third base coach is, like, I don't know if you think every single person rounding the bases is Tyreek Hill.
Did you hear what A-Rod said? Rodriguez?
No.
He was like, oh, good job sending the guy. You're down so many runs and you need runs. Good job sending Giancarlo Stanton home. I'm like, dude.
No,
listen,
I think
it could have been everyone else.
I think that was sarcasm because
he was serious.
Dude. We did this multiple times. You send Verdugo home, the guy can't run. You send Glaber home, the guy can't run. You send Giancarlo Stanton home, the guy can't run. Like, why are the third base coach needs to be studied. We need his brain examined because you're watching Giancarlo Stanton limp his way to third base. That guy has a ball in his glove, and you're sending him home? Gian doesn't even know how to slide.
That was bad. Like, dude, he's so fragile. I don't know how. I get it, 2 outs and whatnot, but, dude, one swing of the bat changes everything about that game.
But this is the thing, like, because you said, I would say the pitching, blah, blah. It's not even about that. It's just like, if his decision-making was better, boom. If his decision-making was better, we have a chance in this series to win games. I'm not saying to win the whole thing because the Dodgers are loaded. They look fantastic. But, like, we could have won game 1. And that changes the series a little bit because now the Dodgers have to win. And we're going back to New York 1-1. We go back to New York 2-0, and all Dodgers just wanted to try and pull one game, basically. Go back to L.A. up 3-2. You know you're going to win one. And I don't know. I think it's time for Boone to go. I think next year the Yankees will be back. They're going to sign Soto, bring back the squad. Like, this team's good enough to get back to these spots multiple years in a row, kind of like those Astros teams, but we're doing it legally. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
I mean, you just got to give credit to the Dodgers, bro. I think they're playing overall outplaying you guys. Like, even though it seems closer than it actually is, last night's game kind of depicted that. I mean, they each had 5 hits as a team. I just think their defense has been better. I think their pitching. Walker Buehler, listen, I don't want to give credit to any Dodgers player, but my God, he has come back from his injury and he looked like prime Walker Buehler last night. I got to give kudos to that guy. Like, hell of a fucking outing. Betts, Shohei, obviously with the injury, Freddie Freeman. I mean, they're just a well-oiled machine when you look at them play. I just think right now the Yankees, they're too reliant on the big three, and it's not really. Judge, I mean, is nowhere to be found. I think he's batting 180 for the whole postseason.
Oh, Mike, 180,
180, something like, or the whole postseason, not the series.
180.
Yeah, I looked it up today. I think he's batting 180.
Buddy.
I think it's in the .1 area.
There's no way he's batting 180.
That's what I saw.
He's batting like 080.
Yeah, okay, close enough. But he reminds me, I hate to say this, when I watch him get up in that bat and I'm watching him he's a power hitter, bro. Every power hitter is the same. They're going to have a high chase rate. They're going to get caught by the sweepers and the sliders, which is his problem. He's trying to kill the ball, and he's just trying to get that slider to opposite field. It's not working. Fastballs are catching up to him. Walker's velo last night was really getting you guys off guard. I don't know. I just think they've played better. And the Dodgers are just the Dodgers, dude. Listen, everyone's going to say the Yankees kind of had an easy route to the World Series. Like, yes and no. Any team, they can beat you at any time. But the Dodgers are good, man. They're the Dodgers, bro. This is why they're here every single year. This is why they won the stupid COVID fucking World Series.
Doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't count. So here we are, and now it is counting. So, it all comes down to pitching in the end of the day. Why Luis Gil is now showing face in Game 5 upcoming Game 4 Game 4 is beyond me. He should have been in Game 1 in the bullpen, because that's the thing that I feel like coaches really they overthink. Once you have a starter going into the bullpen, it's like, how do I use him? When do I use him? Do I use him as a closer because of how good he is as a starter? Like, I don't know. That Game 1 kind of set the tone for the rest of the series, and that was
a joke. Get rid of it.
Yeah, it was a joke. So, I mean, you poke the bear with Freddie. Y'all poke the bear with him. It just goes to show he's probably going to be a Hall of Famer at some point. So,
all right, let's move on here. All right, so in the NFL, lots happened this week. Lots happened, and a lot of good games, unlike last week. But we're going to start with the Jets and the Patriots. Jets fall 22-25 to the Patriots. They become the first team to score 20-plus, have no turnovers, allowed fewer than 250 yards, and lost. That is actually 750-1 in NFL history. That one is the Jets. And, Mike, honestly, I'm watching the fourth quarter of that game, and I was like, oh, the Jets won. That's pretty cool. And then I come to find they lost. It was insane to me to think that they could have lost that game with the team they have on paper, but we say this every week.
I have no words.
Because of the expectations coming into this season, is this the biggest failure of an
100%.
NFL franchise in history?
Listen, I've been a fan for, 20 years, something like that, 22 years, when I was actually able to watch sports and understand it. Oh, yeah, this is the biggest disappointment ever. Because there were so many expectations. So the fact that we can't get it right it's alarming. And I don't know, dude. I'm at a loss for words. The season is not over, but it's over. Like, if they lose this game, it is 100% officially over. Right now, we still have a chance. But, dude, I mean, are they going to make a New York Mets Jose Iglesias Candelita run? No. There's no way, bro. There's no fucking way they're going to do it. So, it's over, dude. And you know what? We're fucked. We are bleeped. We're bleeped. We are screwed, bro. Because Aaron Rodgers is probably going to retire, pretty much just fleeced it, put a freaking money heist on the New York Jets organization and Woody Damn Johnson, dumbass. Yeah, it's over, bro. It's over. Honestly, I think you really have to have a real conversation about what you're going to do with Rodgers next year. And how the hell are you gonna afford those key pieces? Because right now, I don't even think they want to be in New York. This is like Jamal Adams. This is like Darnold, Zach. I mean, it's the same old song and dance, dude. We got to rebuild. I mean, listen, keep what you want to keep. Whoever you're gonna pay, whether it be Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Jermaine Johnson, Sauce. I mean, Ahmad Gardner. Sorry, let me change his name because he's been playing like shit too. Ahmad Gardner. So I don't know. I'm dude. I've lost of words. The season's it's done. It's done. I can't fathom how bad this team is, bro. It just does not make any sense. I mean, listen, it's coaching. I don't want to keep. How many times have I pointed fingers? We've blamed this. We've blamed this. We've blamed this. Bro, it's on them. Everything's on them. You know what? They are a holistically collective group, and they all just cannot get it right. And listen, we're the same old Jets. That's it.
So the thing that I don't understand about this team is you look at them last year, and Garrett Wilson was so good.
He still is.
So good. But listen, some of these guys were so good last year. And now this year, Aaron Rodgers is there, and it's like he's making these throws. It's incompletions, it's turnovers, it's interceptions. And he's shaking his head looking at them, and it's like, are they running the wrong route the whole time? You're telling me Garrett Wilson's running the wrong route every single time? Like, we're running the wrong routes every single time?
How can we run wrong routes?
That at some point, like, it just seems like he doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to take blame for anything. It's like he came into the situation with the expectation it was going to be a shit show, it was going to be terrible. And now we're sitting here watching him go on shows, and he's like, this is all I want to do. This is all where I want to be, blah, blah, blah. And something's not adding up because, all right,
he's washed.
But coaching it can only take you so far. It's like that whole saying of, like, you could take the horses to water, or you can't make them drink type of thing. Like,
yeah.
The coaching could be the worst coaching, could be the best coaching. We really don't know, because when the players go out there and play, the players aren't taking accountability. Rodgers, the guy who has the ball every time, is not taking any accountability. And he's looking at guys like the people we've already brought up. You could list all the guys that you probably want to pay. And at some point, he's shaking his head at them, being like, you're running the wrong routes. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. Like, these are all guys who last year we were considering being in, like, MVP conversations, Rookie of the Year conversations, Pro Bowl conversations, All-Pro conversations. And all of a sudden, all these guys are high school football players, can't run routes, can't understand a playbook. Something's not adding up to me here. And that brings me to my next question for you. We've asked this before. Is Aaron behind the Jets' struggles? But the main thing behind this question is, do the Jets need to look to their younger backup and just start letting him play, but actually trust him?
Jordan Travis?
Yeah.
He's hurt.
I know, for next year.
Yeah, I mean, he's watching. You might as well.
If Aaron comes out next year and it's the same shit after 2 weeks, I think that you got to go to him and you just got to let him play. And Jets fans, you have to be behind him. You can't just drag him if it starts going bad, because look at some of these teams. Caleb. You look at Caleb Williams. It's not all been good, but it's not all been bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those good moments in the rookie year and the second year, you have to take them and run with them. And then in the bad moments, you just have to say, you know what? It's a first year, second year quarterback. He's going to figure it out. He's got a good team. And, we'll figure out. You can't go down on this kid. You do it every year. You've done it every year for 15 years. You have to ride with the kid and just, sometimes you got to do what the Yankees did for Aaron Judge last night. When he shows up, you just got to start clapping and chanting his name and hope that it turns into something. Last night, it almost turned into a home run. He hit a bomb, got caught at the wall. And, you got to take that little moment and run with it. Like Aaron Judge, he made contact with the baseball. We're back. We're looking good. All right, George Travis threw a touchdown today. That's something you didn't see the last couple of years until Aaron Rodgers got there. So it's when he comes in next year, because Aaron Rodgers ain't playing next year. I'm telling you right now, he ain't playing next year. This guy is washed. He's done. I am over watching him. I'm over him going on Pat McAfee after shaking his head at these young guys. I am over it, because there's no way all these wide receivers and the running backs and the linemen are doing the wrong thing consistently over and over and over again, and you're never wrong. It's insane to me. It's absolutely insane to me. I hope he goes and just does his retreat and ends up in Alaska and we never hear from him again.
You have no idea, bro. You know how long I've suffered through
I might
this
go
shit,
to Sunday
bro.
Night Football as a Colts fan now.
You know how much I've suffered through this shit, dude. And you're finally I would say you've probably been an actual fan of the Jets for 2 years now. And everything you said, dude, we know this.
It's the worst.
It's it sucks, bro. All right, so your 2-part question. So is Aaron Rodgers?
I forgot I asked that.
I know. So is number one, this is what the Jets need to do. They need to figure it out from top to bottom. Organization, Woody, sell the fucking team. 2, Joe Douglas, is he the guy? Listen, he had one good draft, his other draft's iffy. Fire him, keep him, do whatever you have to do. He has the right mindset, though, and I think that's why they should keep him. He's trying to rebuild the line. He did a lot of good things. He brought in a lot of good players. I don't think any of this shit's on him. It's all the decisions. Let's go through the hierarchy for a minute. Give me some time. Joe Douglas, Woody up front. Woody's decisions obviously went through Joe Douglas. Joe had no rebuttal. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the firing of Coach Saleh, obviously that's Woody. I think Joe Douglas has minimal impact on this. He does because of the players that he's brought in, whatever. But you have to get that right. That is the only thing we've gotten wrong for the last 20 years I've been a fan. We have not gotten that head coach right. If you have to bring back Rex Ryan, so freaking be it. I don't even care at this point. At least he got us the 2 AFC chips.
That's what I was going to say. He did get you the 2.
Yeah, I can see him do it again.
You have gotten it right. And you probably should have stuck with him and just let him ride, because
long time
looking at your history, you haven't had that.
I know.
So there's certain guys, when you have that spark, just ride it, because he's doing something right.
Mm-hmm. I just think they need to again, it's like beating a dead horse. How many times have we fucking said this? They just have to go get an offensive guy. But now,
well, if they would just play good, we wouldn't have to do this.
Well, if we actually had a guy who would not call the same fucking plays every single game, run the ball, slant to Garrett, maybe it would actually be a little bit different. Maybe if we had some actual brains for once and used an offense I don't know, it's a copycat league, is it not? Maybe like Andy Reid over there, who's won how many Super Bowls with the Chiefs and is now 6-7-0 right now. Or Ben Johnson or Bobby Slowick, or these guys that are actually showing you different schematics, different setups, everything. I mean, David Montgomery's throwing touchdowns to Sam Laporta in the red zone. Why can't we do this? I don't understand why it's so difficult to not watch these other teams take a freaking play from it, implement it in your offense. Seriously. The only guy who actually was creative enough to make his own play was Mike LaFleur, where he had that drag right across the middle and a freaking lateral to Braxton Berrios for a first down. That is the only entertainment we've gotten from this team so far. But it's just frustrating.
Electric.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating because these guys, deep down, yes, we're a roster. We're not a team. I know. I said this. It's true. But it's embarrassment, man. It's embarrassing for the players, bro, because the fans were ready. The fans were riding with these guys. I'm still riding with them. Like, this team is just too good to not be good. And I just don't understand. We went all in. We actually went in all in, but Garrett Wilson's a stud. He's a wide receiver 1. Devontae Adams is a potential Hall of Famer. Breece Hall is a top 3 back when he actually gets the runs. Dude, you can't tell me that these guys that we have aren't, like, they're not good. Like, they're good NFL players, man. Like, but there's more to it. There's so many tangibles and intangibles, whatever. And we're just the Jets, man. Like, I don't know what if we need to get the coaching right. But listen, all right, one last thing on Rodgers. You need to know if you're going to cut the cord on him or you really have faith that he's going to be the guy that you wanted to bring in next year. Because next year, I don't want this dilemma where now Jordan Travis is healthy and he's on the bench and Rodgers is in and they're like, oh, is it time to put in Jordan Travis? We don't want, that is the last thing. Remember this conversation. That is the last thing we want. So if you want to stick with Rodgers and you want to keep redshirt and Jordan Travis, sit him down, let him learn. And if you want to cut ties and it's done and you want to blow it up, Woody's too stubborn to do it. So this is why I think Aaron Rodgers will come back unless he retires on his own. If he's too stubborn and wants to keep Rodgers, you better ride with him how you are now. Because the last thing we need is a massive, massive dilemma. My headphones just went out. Oh, they're back. A massive dilemma amongst the quarterback room. But yeah, I know, it sucks, dude. It really does. But this is not on the fans. I hope you know that. What you were saying is bullshit. I'm sorry.
About what?
About the fans riding with our guys, blah, blah, blah. Dude, we ride with them, and then they find a way to blow it up.
Brother, no. Zach Wilson, you guys never gave him a chance.
Yes, we did. We gave him 3 years, bro.
You gave him a chance for 1 year, and then you were calling for his neck. I was on the show with you, Mike.
3 years, bro. He was never the answer. Let's be real here.
Right there.
He was never the answer.
You guys never believe in your quarterback.
He's from Utah, bro. He's not holding New York down. That's another thing, too. There are some people that can handle New York like Eli Manning. You think a white dude from Utah's handling? You're crazy, bro. Hell no. There's no shot. No way. You've only been a fan of this team a couple years, man. I'm telling you, bro.
Listen, I've been a fan of this team for a couple years, Mike, but it's been the same thing for 15 years, you say. So I know everything because I see it, and you say it's the same shit.
It is. What's different?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm looking at it. You keep telling me there's nothing different, and I'm just saying what I'm seeing.
That's why we lose.
I'm just saying what I'm seeing.
We cannot find.
You already gave up on Rodgers.
Dude,
we're 8 games in.
Do you think I wanted to fucking have him here in the first place? I was right. I don't care what anyone says.
You guys were never going to get Lamar. He was always meant to be in Baltimore.
Hey,
you guys are never going to have a good quarterback like that.
I know.
The only way you're getting that is if you recruit a quarterback in the draft.
Dude,
you're never going to bring a quarterback in that's quality enough from the NFL to your team because no one wants to play for the Jets. No one wants to be in that team. So we have to just go with the guy that's behind Rodgers right now and just let him ride the rest of the season because Rodgers is being a bitch. He just looks around. So if we're going to quit on our quarterbacks, let's quit on him now and just go to the next guy. Play him injured. Play the guy that can't run.
They're actually thinking about putting in Tyrod Taylor next week. You know that, right?
Let's just play
Thursday, bro. They play Thursday night.
Tyrod Taylor would be better than Aaron Rodgers.
They need something. I mean, you can't bench the guy, bro. Well, you brought him in for how much fucking money, dude? You can't.
Mike, you could.
You can't, but is Woody going to let that happen? Hell no, bro.
Listen,
Woody
Mike.
runs the team. You know this. He's got to say. He's the reason we're here. And Nathaniel Hackett and Tim Boyle and Alan Lazard. He's the reason. It's a joke, bro. It's a joke.
Listen,
I'm not even fired up, actually.
If the Jets want to be good, ever.
Kill Joe Namath.
No, if you want to be good ever, you have to have the balls to bench these guys who are getting paid a lot of money. You can't pick and choose who you're going to bench. You can't be like, oh, Zach Wilson, let's bench him and not bench anyone else. You have to be willing to have balls and bench people.
I think if
Devontae Adams comes in and doesn't produce jack shit the next couple of weeks, stop throwing him the football.
That dude went from 2-5 to 2-5.
Yeah, 2-6.
2-6. Yeah.
Like Aaron Rodgers, if he's gonna suck for another couple of weeks and just blame everyone else, bench him. Because he's just gonna. All those guys do. They're just gonna become cancers. Who gives a shit if they're making a lot of money? Make a statement. Have some balls. This organization has no balls. The only balls they have is like, oh, we're just gonna switch quarterbacks. We're just gonna switch quarterbacks. We're just gonna switch quarterbacks, and we keep switching quarterbacks, and we keep switching quarterbacks.
Welcome.
Let's switch coach. Let's switch coaches. Let's switch coaches.
Welcome.
We're just gonna keep doing the same thing over and over and
we
over
have no
again.
stability,
and this
bro.
is why
That's the problem.
being a Jets fan is the worst fan in
Thanks,
the
Dad.
entire world.
I love you, Dad. Thank you.
This is shout out to Mr. Silvestri, because let me tell you, it takes a man with a lot of heart and balls, a lot of balls talking.
They are the most loyal people in the world.
To force your kids to have to watch this football from the age of 0 till however old they end up being, because that's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's like that is the worst thing you could do as a parent.
Yeah.
That is the worst thing. Let your kid choose, because I guarantee it.
I don't know
If you
what
were
I'm gonna
allowed,
do, bro.
if you were allowed
with
to
my
choose,
kids.
if you were allowed to choose, right? There's no shot you would have been a Jets fan.
Oh, there's no fucking way.
There's no
dude.
shot. So
There's no way.
This is what I mean. And we can.
He did
back
go to the Rangers. I'm
who-
happy about
who
that.
are we talking to about like you're born into it?
Greg. It was Greg.
Greg, let's go back to this. Oh, you're born into it? No, everybody has a choice. You either choose to be an asshole like a Philly fan, you either choose to live in misery like Jets fans, or you choose to believe every year and die at the end like Cowboys fans. And
I had
Listen.
no choice. I
listen,
did.
there's one that's way better than all the rest. All right? And it's called being a Chiefs fan. Just be a Chiefs fan. Everyone should be Chiefs fans. There should be no fans of other teams. Just be a Chiefs fan. They're 7-0 and they're playing the worst football of their lives. It's insane. The Cowboys play the worst football of their lives and we lose by 70. The Jets play the worst football of their lives. Their quarterback dies. Their coach gets fired. And the whole city is losing their minds about Aaron Rodgers, who is supposed to be the GOAT. The Eagles start losing. They're playing the worst football of their lives, and their coach shaves his head, and he's going insane. And then all of a sudden they go 3-0. I don't get it. Mike McCarthy, we're not getting into it right now. All right, let's move on before one of us has a heart attack.
Wait, can I say something real quick?
Oh, go ahead.
There is some pros to liking a shit team. I'm just going to put that out there.
Oh, go ahead. Let's hear
Because
this.
when you look at the Mets, for example, listen, the high payroll, I get it, but they were underperforming, blah, blah, blah. To see them go on a run and make it as far as the NLCS, like seeing your team, look at the Sixers, bro. The Sixers are a great example, dude. Trust the process. They've made it to the playoffs, dude. You know how fucking bad that team was for so long? Seeing your team come out of the weeds and actually make a statement like, oh my God, like, dude, like we belong here. There is no more gratifying feeling than seeing a team that you've watched for so long suck and finally make it to the playoffs or make it far. Like, those are the moments you live for, even just as a human being itself. I'm not going to get all philosophical here or whatever, but I've just been so in love with this Jets team for so long, going to tailgates as a kid. I've met Woody Johnson, bro. I should have punched him when I had a chance. Meeting Wayne Corbett, meeting Lavernius Coles, like, just meeting some of these guys and just, like, seeing the good moments that the Jets had back in the day. Like, that's what keeps you going, bro, because you love this team. So I always say the Jets are like a little brother that you fucking hate, but you love so much. They're like your little brother, you know? You're just, yeah, you got sisters and everything. I had a brother, dude. We'd fight all the time, but, like, I deep down love my brothers. It's just like, that's the Jets. And, like, when that day happens, like, all right, funny example. Like, Chicago Cubs when they're won the World Series, and they show, like, the old 105-year-old person watching, first championship. They, like, can't even move. I pray to God that's not me. I really do. But I cannot wait until that moment happens. Well, it will happen at some point where we will at least make the Super Bowl in my lifetime. I really hope so. I probably got, let's see, a lot of years left. I'm not going to put a number on it, but I really hope it does happen. But they need to do their research, man. They need to just study what these elite organizations like the Niners, the Chiefs, the Lions are doing. Like, look at what they're doing and do the same thing. Like, I don't know why it's so complicated for these guys. I know there's so many limited options for quarterbacks, coaches, head coaches, coordinators, whatnot. But if you just took a page out of their book, you could change your franchise around for a couple of years, even 5-10 years, who knows? Like, it's just so Woody's stubborn, man. He's arrogant, he's stubborn, and hey, this is the hand that we got dealt, and we went all in. We were playing. We had the fucking turn. We had the river, everything. We just went poker on this bitch. But it is what it is. Here we are. And listen, we got to find a way to win now. We got to find a way to keep this season afloat. Because right now I'm looking at the top 10 and we're pretty high up and I'm ready to go do some freaking mocks. So if they need it, I'm not. This is their last. If they lose this game, it is 100% over. If they have a win and they go into what, they're going to be 3-7, 3-6, 3-6. All right, you're 3 games under 500. If you want to make the playoffs, you can finish 10-7. You can finish 9-8, but you need a miracle. Like, you just need to rattle off some wins, and it's going to be hard. But they need to gather around, and they need to freaking know what they have. Look themselves in the mirror and be like, we know who we are, and we can be better than what we are right now. We can execute better. We can be more physical. We can be better at tackling. We could win, bro. We are the New York stinking Jets, but we got damn good players, bro. We have damn good players, and they know that. They know that.
All right, let's move on. We got stuff.
God, that was long.
All right. The Browns beat the Ravens in Jameis Winston's homecoming. We called it. We've been saying it for weeks. Jameis should be starting. 29-24. They take down the Ravens in a divisional matchup. Shout out to Jameis Winston. We play for the name on the helmet. Oh, wait. We don't have a decal on our helmet. Did you see that?
No.
Dude, that was his pregame talk to other quarterbacks. He goes, when we go out there, we play for the name on the helmet. Oh wait, we don't have a decal. But you play for us. You play for the team.
I love that man so much.
I love this
dude.
guy.
He threw 4 touchdowns. This is what they should have done. This is what they should. They got lucky with a Deshaun Watson injury.
Yeah.
But this goes exact to what we were just talking about. Like, you gotta have the balls to bench someone. You're right, because now Jameis Winston, that Browns team has something to play for now. 100%. Loved it. I took them. They were plus 8.5. That was easy money.
Yeah, they So I'm gonna quote the great Jameis Winston here from his post game. When he makes great throws, he's a great quarterback. Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, you are. Keep making great throws. I'm gonna ride the Browns the rest of the season as long as Jameis is playing, because the Browns are 1-0. And wait till you see my power rankings where I got them, because they are undefeated, baby.
Is that today?
Yes.
Of course it is.
But here's the thing about this game, because the Browns winning is the Browns winning. It's not a huge thing.
It's beating the Ravens.
The season. I know. But divisional matchup, it's in that division, it's going to happen. Is this Ravens loss concerning at all? Or is this just going to be like a little bump in the road on their season? Because you look at the reactions of some of the players at the end of the game. Not sure why we're throwing across the field with no time left multiple times in a row, but it didn't look pretty from the reactions of all the players. It looked like a team that's, one more bad loss away from losing their mind. And I'm concerned about them. Because this Ravens team should be a lot better than what they are. They should be what the Chiefs are right now.
They just got outplayed again. Like, I feel like it's a very simple thing. Like, the Browns wanted more. They got outplayed. Like, I wish I can like dive into this and be like, oh, this is what they did wrong. This is what they did wrong. The Ravens are, for some reason, infamous for just taking their foot off the pedal at the end of the game. And they were up 24-23, and they're like, okay, like, I think we got this. Just got to stop them on defense. Defense is low-key an issue, and we thought that was the best defense in the league, and it is. I still think I believe in that defense, but it's an issue. Listen, it's not an easy team to stop, and you got to give the Browns and Jameis credit, man, because that's a huge win. But yeah, a little bit concerning for the Ravens, yeah, but I think they will come back, of course, but they got to finish. They got to score 30 points a game, whether they're winning by 14 or losing by 1. They just need to keep being aggressive, because that's how you're going to rattle off wins. Don't even be conservative with that team. If you have Derrick Henry back there, just let him get first downs and run out the game. It doesn't even matter. You have Justin Tucker, whatever, sure, but you're a team that you got to beat that team, man. No, I don't care who. You can have Tom Brady back at quarterback. You need to beat that team 100%. You're the best team supposedly in the league. I still think they're a top 3 team, but that's a win, and you need to win it. So you got to give the Browns credit. They played well. They aired it out. They have nothing to lose. They did everything they had to in their power, to just play well. They gave Jameis a shot, obviously, because Sean's out, and they were just throwing the ball, dude. Listen, you're here to just get some wins now. Listen, the season's not over in their eyes now. They're now, 2-6, 2-5? I think they had a bye week. Just keep rattling off. Keep letting Jameis throw. Could be a piece for you or piece for some other team that would budge on him in the future. So why not, dude? Why not? I would take him. You kidding me? Shit.
Absolutely.
Let him throw. Dude was a fucking pitcher in college. Florida State, baby.
All right, from one collapse to the other, let's go to the Commanders-Bears game. Commanders take down the Bears 18-15 on one of the greatest Hail Marys you'll ever see. From beginning of the play to the end of the play, it was comical.
Yeah.
Comical. I mean, like, I don't even know where to begin on this whole Bears collapse because, I mean, you had the game. You had the game, and then you played no defense and gave them 12 yards. And then you had a spy who never actually got close to Jaden. And then you let Jaden chuck it down the field. And Buddy, who was celebrating in front of the fans during the whole play. Listen, apologies don't matter in this situation. You already lost. There's nothing to say.
Lucas is there.
He comes back in, tries to swat it, misses the ball, and puts it into Noah Brown's hands. Shout out Noah Brown, ex-Cowboy.
That was like perfect. I was like on a
unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yep. I mean, listen, the Bears defense.
Oh, by the way, Eberflus said that the 12 yards that they gained before it made no difference.
I mean, he was short. He underthrew it.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, listen, it's called a Hail Mary for a reason, right? It happens. The Jets pulled a Hail Mary. We thought we were going to beat the Bills, bro. Listen, the Bears won that game, in my opinion. Like, they definitely had their number.
Bears are 5-2.
They are 5-2. But listen, Caleb played bad. Jaden played bad. It was a field goal defensive game. I don't think this is bad on the Bears, bro. I think they probably played better against the Commanders than any other team that's played them so far, besides the Ravens, obviously, because they won. But yeah, no, you won on a Hail Mary. Congratulations. Like, it's a Hail Mary. That's what it's called, and it's a very slim % chance of actually happening and working with time expiring on the clock. But no, Bears defense had him in a nutshell, bro. It just had him rattled.
Yep.
So listen, it's all good. They'll go back to the drawing board. They'll be back. I mean, the Bears, they should have won that game, but they lost on a Hail Mary. I don't really. That's it. That's really all it is to the game. And listen, rookie against rookie, it's fine. Those guys are going to be in the league for a while, man. They really are. So you got to just hang your hat on that. Like, you guys got your guys.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right, last one before we get into the Cowboys and the Eagles here to finish up the show today. The Steelers take down the Giants 26-18. Russell Wilson looks fantastic. He looks amazing. I mean, Pickens is getting the ball, actually. Again, crazy to think that if you throw him the football, he can put up numbers. Najee Harris looks great. He had another 100-plus yard game last night. He had like 80 at halftime. I don't really know what to say about the Giants because Danny Dimes didn't play bad.
We've said this how many weeks now?
I don't think that if you put Daniel Jones on the Jets, I think the Jets are better. If you put Daniel Jones on some of these teams who are ass cheeks, they play better.
Yeah.
Like, Daniel Jones is a good quarterback. It's not his fault that your number one pick, Malik Neighbors, can't catch a football.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of times that this guy drops the ball is insane.
I know.
Like, how are we still sitting here having conversations of Malik Neighbors being a top wide receiver in the league? Because he's not. You can't drop the ball as much as he does in key situations.
Yeah, that's his issue. In key situations, he drops. But I still think he's a stud.
No, listen, no doubt he is a stud.
Just bad drops.
He's a great athlete, great wide receiver. Can play the position great, but he's not an elite wide receiver in the NFL. Elite wide receivers don't drop those balls.
Yeah.
Great wide receivers, they drop them sometimes. Elite ones, they don't.
Listen, he does need to make those, of course. As a rookie, what I've seen, I know he will be elite. I see that guy, and I'm like, that guy's a fucking stud. Like, we know that. He's going to be an elite receiver right now, but he has to make those plays. I agree with you here. Yeah, I mean, dude, the Steelers are rolling, and they look different with Russ right now.
Oh, what a call from Tomlin.
Yeah. Hey, this is why they're the Steelers. This is why they've won, and this is why they've always made the playoffs, dude. Listen, we've hated on the Steelers for how long now? You know what I mean? You're back in on them. I got to give them credit, dude. They took a swing, they took a chance, and they fucking hit it home run, man. Russ has been perfect because now not only is it hurting. It's not hurting anybody, dude. It's helping. It's helping Justin Fields watch and learn. It's helping Russell Wilson get back into his groove. Like, they look great out there, man. And you got to give Tomlin credit for making that gutsy call of putting in Russell Wilson and Alex Highsmith. We need to give that man. We got to give him some recognition. The only people that give him recognition is Steelers fans, and that's it. That man is one of the key pieces on that defensive line, bro.
Dude, he blew up that 2-point conversion last night.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yes.
Dude, that was one of the worst plays I have seen in some time.
Yeah.
Not one person knew the ball was snapped.
I know. But the thing is, like, that's what they needed, bro. We said this a couple weeks ago. Like, if they can just get their offense rolling, if they can air it out a little bit more, if they can actually just keep your running game going, but be balanced, not just be run heavy, because that's where it was kind of hurting you in a way, where you weren't putting up points and you had to really rely on your defense. Dude, now with Russ back there, throwing the ball, you got George Pickens, Calvin Austin, very underrated player on that team. Dude, they can go far, man. They really could. If they lose in the first round, I'll probably laugh, but I think they're the team to beat right now in the AFC. They're one of the teams to beat because they're a tough team. They're a tough team. Their defense is tough. Their offense, if Russ is just on his game, dude, that's a good team you got right there, man. Good for them.
So I came in today not knowing if I was going to do this or not, but I've made my pick for the Super Bowl.
It's the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Pittsburgh Steelers are winning the Super Bowl.
Wow.
That's my pick. I will be riding with it for the entire year. Last year I picked the Cowboys. The year before that I picked the Cowboys. I'm going astray.
Thank God.
I'm leaving my humble abode, Pittsburgh, baby. I'm bleeding black and gold the rest of the season. I might get a Russell Wilson jersey. I might. I'm thinking about it. Just for the
God
season.
we trust, baby.
Just for the season.
I got the Lions still.
Listen,
I think they're too good.
Listen, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because when we get to the Super Bowl, pedigree is going to win, and the Steelers will win that Super Bowl. But Russell Wilson, after 2 weeks, has thrown for 542 yards and 3 tutties. And Justin Fields, it's not like there's a situation. This is one
They're
thing
winning.
I realized 2 things last night with this team. One, they can go over the top whenever they want.
Yeah.
Like, whenever they want, however they want. They can go over the top. He's throwing back shoulder. He's throwing them into the end zone.
It's real good.
And he's throwing dimes. He's throwing these things into baby bowls. He's not throwing these things into buckets, into baby bowls, Mike. And the run game, like you said, is fantastic. But the vibe of the team is fantastic. There was multiple times where they panned over to Russell Wilson, and it's him and Justin Fields sitting there laughing, joking around. Like, how many teams do you see where that bond is so tight that one person gets benched that's been playing the whole year, and they're still acting like that on the side? Like, this is a Mike Tomlin football team. This is why Pittsburgh loves this guy.
Key word is team. That's it. It's a team.
It's a
bro.
team.
And they're
It's a
vibing,
team.
they're winning, they're enjoying it, and they know they can win, bro. So hey, when you have that type of charisma in the locker room, you can't change that, man.
No.
Like, that shit goes a long way, bro. It really does. And that it's funny how we're looking at that. Like, I feel like before, like when we were a little bit younger, we'd be like, oh, like, this player is good, this player is good. But we understood it to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But now with football, I feel like that shit just matters. You know what I mean? Look at the Lions, look at the Steelers, look at the Chiefs. Like, they're bought in. That's the phrase. They are bought in. And when you have a team that buys in, the Mets bought in, dude, and they went to the NLCS, they lost, whatever. When you have a team that's bought in, dude, sky's the limit, man. And you know what? They deserve it, man. Seriously, they had a lot of turmoil. Russell Wilson, he's probably one of the only quarterbacks that were the jury was not like we just didn't know anymore. We knew that he was a stud in Seattle for so many years. We knew that he wasn't like that good in Denver, but he was. But it was just tough to watch. He actually had pretty damn good numbers. You said it last week. But now he gets another opportunity with the Steelers, and he's playing on like a 1 year, $12 million, like $10, $12 million contract. Bro, the Broncos are paying his salary. Mm-hmm. Dude, he just went to Pittsburgh. He's like, let's just go here and try it out. And he's succeeding. So, yeah, they've done it right, man. They've done it right. And good for them. I wish I could say the same. I really do.
Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so
them or the Birds first?
let's start with the Cowboys.
Okay.
This is going to be quick. It's not going to take long. I promise.
I was going to take off the headphones
Listen,
and relax.
it's not like the Jets. My whole rambling today was going to be about the Yankees. All right, so the 49ers beat the Cowboys 30-24. The Cowboys remain the best team in the fourth quarter in the NFL. We are the best at coming back and losing. Dak Prescott, phenomenal fourth quarter. I'm still not putting blame on Dak. All right, and here's why. This is the main thing. Like, you look at everyone's looking at Dak. It's not Dak. People say to Dak, you have to throw to 88. Why are we not throwing to 88? Okay, so now he starts throwing to 88. Why are we not using anyone else? He starts throwing to other people. Why are we not running the ball? We start running the ball. Why is Dak not throwing the ball? Why aren't we doing that? Stop with this whole narrative that Dak cannot do anything right.
I'm with you.
Dak has been playing good football. He hasn't been great. By no means has he been elite. He's not been great, but he's been playing good enough to win. A lot of teams that are losing right now, if they had Dak, similar like what we said to Daniel Jones, but better, he could go in there and he would make those teams win football games. The issue is that this front office looked down at this football team and said, good luck. They didn't help them one bit. And on top of that, they gave this whole football team full of great players, Mike McCarthy, who I don't think should make it to Thanksgiving. I don't think he should have the opportunity to see Laney Wilson from the sidelines. I think he should be watching Laney Wilson from his home in Pittsburgh on his couch with his family. This guy, his play calling is so awful. First and goal. We throw to, I don't want to say this about him, but let's call a spade a spade. We threw it to a no-name in the end zone. Okay, second down and goal. We throw it 0 yards downfield and get stopped by a great defense. Okay, third down and goal. What did we do, Mike? Oh, we're going to throw it 1 yard downfield to Ferguson with 2 defenders on his back. But those plays were designed for that. You could see it because of the blocking. What are we doing? And then you want to give the ball to Lupke. Lupke's touched it 3 times in the last year, and he's fumbled on 2 of them, I'm pretty sure. I'm losing my mind with my teams because the ownership won't just make calls and give us a coach. It's similar to you. We live the same lives. But Mike McCarthy shouldn't make it to Thanksgiving. There's nothing to get into this game. I think the 49ers will be back, though. They looked very good. And
I was weak at that post.
Yeah, right. What
Luke
a bad
texted
take.
me. He was like, bro, he an idiot.
What a bad take. And but CMC is going hard this week to come back for next week. So I think the 49ers are going to it's smooth sailing from here. They looked very good.
Y'all are the Jets, bro. You guys are the Jets.
But we're
NFC.
like the better version of the Jets.
I watch you guys, and everything I see
so
is the New York Jets, bro. I swear to God. I don't even mean that any disrespect, but bro, I see a Austin Powers, we're not so different, you and I.
No, we're not different. We're not different.
Jets.
The only difference is that the Jets don't know what they're doing. The Cowboys know exactly what they're doing, and that is screwing this football team from top to bottom. The offense runs the same routes. Oh, our route running is the same bland, every time. Our run game is the same every time. We had Ezekiel Elliott rolling down the field on drive number 3, I think it was. He scored a touchdown on that drive. And proceeded to not give him the ball one more time.
What did Orlovsky say? He said, your offense is a straight line. Dude, yes. He's right.
Yes.
He's right. So are the Jets.
Our offense is a straight line. Our history is a straight line as of late for both teams. It's bad.
And it's worse because Jerry Jones in his fucking fantasy world didn't do what the people were asking him to do. Listen, I don't believe that one person could really change it besides maybe the quarterback position, whatever.
Oh, but you're one to say that.
Yeah, okay, I take it back. But like a guy like Derrick Henry would have fucking changed that team around.
This guy said that Derrick Henry wouldn't have fit in our team schematically. Change the scheme, Jerry. Change the scheme. I sound like I'm on Seinfeld. Change the scheme, Jerry. Like, why are we not? Like, what do you mean he wouldn't fit in the scheme? Change it. It's Derrick Henry. You decide to go with Rico Dowdle, and then Rico Dowdle ends up, he's too sick to play, but he could be on the sidelines signing autographs. What?
I don't know where you guys go from here either.
This is fantasy world. We're living in.
Dude, let's just.
Listen, I suck at Madden, but I run a better franchise on Madden than this guy does. It is insane. It is insane. And just to put this into perspective, I forgot that in overtime, if you get scored on first, the game's over, and I lost a game the other night because of that. Because I just let the person score, and I was going to go for 2.
Yeah.
Are you purposely giving me the finger? Oh,
no.
Yeah,
I feel for y'all, man, because I know I've seen it. I've been through it. I'm going through it now. It's like I feel like, what do you guys do? I mean, like, bro, even like if you have Micah Parsons back, that man's not helping y'all that much. Holy shit, dude. Like, the defense is an issue. Everything. It's the Jets. Dude, that's it. That's all I got to say. Yeah. It really is.
Also, I've never
You did this to yourself, dude.
I've never seen a team. No, it's not. I didn't do nothing. I called for Derrick Henry. And I'm
saying
I'm at the point now that the Cowboys season is going so badly that I just don't want to come in last in the NFC East. I want to stay above the Giants somehow. And I want the Eagles to finish first because I hate Washington.
This is what makes us different now. You don't want to be last in the NFC East. You don't even give a fuck about the draft pick. Me, on the other hand, I cannot wait. I look at that top 10.
Yeah, but you guys have gone through it.
We are going through it, but
I mean, like, you've done this like for a couple years where it's like, all right, if we're gonna finish last, let's just get the lowest draft. Like, for me, I've seen what Jerry can do in the draft, and no matter where we're at, he's going to pick up someone and like they'll be good. So for me, I'm just like, we cannot finish last.
He's got no balls,
but I can't have Washington finish first.
They might win the division, dude. Who cares?
No. I can't have that.
Why?
Eagles have to win this.
What? Do you hear yourself right now?
I hate Washington.
More than the Birds.
Yeah.
Who torture you in the parking lot.
Dude, I've said this so many times on this show. I don't care for Birds fans. I don't care. Like, the team means nothing to me. The Giants, I can't lose to the Giants. The Washington, I cannot lose to Washington.
Wow.
The Eagles, like, you guys mean nothing to me. You're a nothing team.
They mean everything to you guys. The Cowboys, dude, they hate them more than any other team.
You see this helmet?
I sure do.
We could finish 0-17 for the next 10 years, and we'd be the only thing Eagles fans talk about.
Yeah.
They could win 5 Super Bowls.
I don't know why they're rent-free.
They could win 5 Super Bowls, and we'd go 0-17 all 5 years. We'd be the only thing they would talk about the next year.
Listen, they're a different breed, bro.
It's insane what they do. And
you do have an hatred for Washington, man. I mean, the last couple of weeks, I'm like, you're really coming at them. And I'm like, man, like, what the fuck did they do to you?
This is what I mean. Like, no one believed me all those years when Washington was bad, where I was like, yeah, I hate them. I want
you
them to
really
finish
do,
last.
bro.
Like,
honestly.
And now that they're in first and you guys are actually seeing the hatred, because it's hard to hate on a team that's already down so bad.
David, yes.
But, like, now that they're up.
You're a dictator.
Yeah. I want them in the Giants to finish last every year. I want them to tie for last every year.
I just find it so, like, this is just a very strange thought process.
Dude,
I don't know.
when they
don't you root for an under? Okay, in your division, I get it, but like but we are different.
Mike, at the end of that Commanders-Bears game, when they hit that Hail Mary, I genuinely, like, at the end of the night after the Cowboys lost and I went to bed, I was sitting there thinking, like, I can't believe Washington won that football game.
It's tough in your division. I get it. But
like
I'm an underdog rooter. So are you, dude. Listen, the Lions were in deep shit for so long. The Browns,
when it's out of my division.
When it's out of your division. That's fair. I just always felt like
the Eagles have to win the division.
I felt like Washington was that team that was just there, and you're like, it's just Washington. Because they always are. They always have been. But now they're for real.
Dude,
are you sold on them now? Let's go back to this.
No,
you're still not sold.
I'm actually less sold on them.
Just
after that game, I'm less sold on them. It took a Hail Mary for you guys to beat the Bears, who had, I believe it was 23 passing yards after the first half.
It's a good team.
23.
It's good defense.
I had Caleb. All he had to do was throw 150.
Yeah, he didn't do shit.
He ended at 148.
How much you put down?
Nothing.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, crazy. But Eagles, 37-17 Bengals. Eagles are now 3-0 in the Baldani era.
Write it right here.
What?
How much you put down?
Oh, no. That was my strat.
I know. How much?
Oh, 100.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's not
bad. We did a full reset going to the weekend.
Okay. Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, good man. Good man.
Yep.
Okay, very good.
Big brain.
Attaboy. Smart.
So Baldani era is 3-0. Get it? Sirianni, Baldani.
Yeah. Baldani? Galbani?
I know it was the Bengals, and the Bengals aren't good this year. I'm a little nervous that the Eagles might be Super Bowl contenders.
That was Jalen Hurts' best game again. That's the Hurts we want to see there, bro.
That's what we needed. That's
couple
what
of
we needed
tush
from the
pushes
guy.
and a couple of rushing touchdowns and one thrown. Listen, doesn't matter what the hell who doesn't score and who does. Get the wins, and that was a statement win right there.
Yeah.
Because the
Granted-
Bengals, listen, we know that they're bad, but like they're still the Bengals. You know what I mean? Like they still have Joe Burrow, they still have Jamar Chase. Like
Joe Burrow after the game. I mean, who did I say needs their brain checked earlier?
the third base coach of the Yanks.
Yes, I need the third base coach and Joe Burrow's brains to be checked together because Joe Burrow came out after the game and they're like, you would have to win this many games to be at this record. And he goes, yeah, we're just going to win the rest of our games. Like,
That's
buddy,
a cold statement.
I need the confidence that you have because, my God, I don't have that confidence in you guys. I could see you guys losing 3 or 4 more.
They need defense.
They're going to finish below the Browns.
They need defense. They need to go into this offseason and just absolutely load up on defense as much as you can. Secondary, especially. Interior defensive line, especially. They need so many pieces on defense. If they sign Jamar Chase, which they're probably gonna, and even if they let T. Higgins go, I don't think it matters because I still believe that Joe Burrow is definitely an elite guy. Right now, they're just not rattling off the wins because they can't stop him on defense. They put up 37 points. And, hey, the Eagles' defense held them to 17. So you got to give him credit. Quinyon Mitchell looking like an absolute stud right now, which he is a stud. So
statistically, he's better than Sauce Gardner.
Oh, 100%. That's why we're not calling him a mod Gardner. But, no, listen, this is what the Eagles have to do. You keep running the ball. That was a very good game for them. Great offensive game plan by Sirianni and Kellen Moore. Listen, you know what you have. You know you can win games. Now just go out and do it. Listen, you're a top team when you're playing at your best. I truly believe the Birds are a top team when they do play at their best.
Yep. Give
the ball to Saquon. Get Hurts active. Have him run a little bit. The tush push is always going to work. 83, 84% win rate. And find Devontae Smith. Find that man because that man is an absolute animal, and I love that he has proven everybody wrong. Oh, he's a Heisman winner, but I don't think he's too small. He's too skinny. Dude, he was a Heisman winner. That's all you need to hear. Just draft the Heisman guy, and you're gonna win. Doesn't matter.
All right, you ready to move on?
Sure.
All right, power rankings.
Oh, let's do it.
Power rankings. Here we go.
Wait a minute.
I love what I did this week. All right, starting from number 10. Week 9 power rankings, starting from number 10.
Let's go.
The Cardinals sneak in at 4-4. Kyler defeated COD, so had to put him in there. The 49ers 4-4. I'm putting them at number 9. And then we're going to have the Ravens at number 8. They have been so good at unconvincing me. Good at unconvincing me. The Packers, they're rolling, steady rolling, 6-2. The Steelers are 6-2. They're going to stay right there. And then I have Washington at number 5, 6-2. They're the luckiest team in the NFL, but luckiness can carry you a long way. I hope it doesn't. The Bills at number 4. They looked very good this week. The Texans stay rolling. And then the top two. The Chiefs are going to come in at number 2. They're 7-0. I got to give them their flowers. 7-0. You have not lost this year. But my God, do they not look better than the Lions. The Lions they're the best team in the NFL. They have the swagger. They can't stop scoring. Honestly, I don't know if they've stopped scoring. We should check on that up there in Lions State. They might just be scoring on no defense right now. That's how much they're scoring these days. That's my top 10. Number 1's the Lions. Number 10's the Cardinals. We got the Chiefs, Texans, Bills rounding out the top 4. You got the 49ers, Ravens, Packers, Steelers, Washington bringing up the rear.
The Cardinals?
Mike, what do you think? So,
I don't know about that.
Listen, the Cardinals have been playing good as of late. And you got to remember, they played a Dolphins team that had everybody back this week. I know it was Tua's first game back, but they still came back and won that game. They beat the Chargers the week before. The Packers, they kind of got smoked, but they beat the 49ers. They got smoked by the Commies. They played close against the Lions. They beat the Rams. They played close against the Bills. This team is in close games. And listen, they have the Bears next week. They got the Jets after that. They got the Seahawks, the Vikings, the Seahawks again, the Patriots, the Panthers. This team's going to win another 6-7 games. They're going to end up at 11 or 12 wins. And from what I'm seeing, Kyler has defeated the COD curse. Because COD came out. We all got to remember that.
Great game, by the way.
Great game. Phenomenal
So
game.
fun.
But Kyler is winning football games still. And that's something to be said about the kid.
Can I guess your first 4 out?
Sure.
Let me guess.
Okay.
Minnesota's one.
Yep.
I have Atlanta at another
Yep.
one. Hold on a minute. How about the Seahawks?
Nope.
No. Come on. Wait.
You're going to be very upset when you don't get this.
The Bears?
Nope.
The Eagles?
Yep.
Okay.
One more. Come on. There's only one more team you could ask.
I'm trying to think, dude. Shit.
Wow, this is embarrassing for you. The Bucks.
I didn't think you were going to have them in there, bro.
They stay in there.
They
Stay
do?
in there.
Okay.
They've played tough teams. That's like, you got to remember, they're playing tough teams.
Can we finally give Baker some recognition?
Oh, Mike, I think we've been giving him recognition
But
for
like
weeks.
everyone, I don't think the world is giving him recognition.
Yeah.
The dude had fucking nobody and almost made it a game and still was thrown for 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think he's had 3 touchdowns like at least 5 games.
Consistently.
So,
yeah, so I went first 4 out is the Vikings, Eagles, Falcons, Bucks. The next 4 out, we're going Broncos, Seahawks, Rams, Chargers. And then last 4 out, I have the Bears, the Colts, the Browns with Jameis. The Browns come back from the dead, 1-0 with Jameis. And then the Bengals drop to the last 4 out. Burrow's, like we said, claiming they're going to win all their games. I do not see that. They're 3-5. They might end on 3 wins.
wow, the Ravens really took a drop, dude.
Yeah.
What'd you have them at 1 last week?
They were at
I'll look
3.
right now.
They were at 3.
So right now you had the Ravens at 3, the Vikings at 4 took a massive drop, the Bucks took a drop, the Bengals are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Texans are moving up. Yeah, I mean, listen, the Lions. It's going to fluctuate between the Lions, the Chiefs, and the Ravens. Those are your top 3 teams, and they're gonna. I think they're going to be back in your top 3 at some point. It might not be next week. They might take an L, but then they'll win after that, and they'll be back in your top 10. So, my quarterback rankings are coming out next week.
Can I finish my power rankings?
Yes, finish it up. Sorry.
Thank you. Almost dead. The Cowboys, the Saints, the Giants, the Dolphins. So a new category here, the almost dead category. The Cowboys sneak into there. The Saints are in there. The Giants stay in there because they played decent last night. And the Dolphins are there because they literally may kill their quarterback.
I like that.
2 more categories. All right, so dead. The Jets, the Panthers, the Patriots, the Jags, and the Raiders. Dead. Season's over. Don't
You have another category though?
They're dead. Oh, and yes, I almost forgot. Definitely dead. The Tennessee Titans. The Lions absolutely decapitated them this week.
The Panthers
they are
should be
dead.
in there.
They are dead. No, Mike. The Panthers don't lose like the Titans lost this week. If
They lose.
They lose. That's why they're dead. But they're not, like, we're still poking them with a stick as we walk by them to see if they're breathing.
Okay, yeah.
The
they
Titans,
got poisoned.
The Titans, like, they're out cold. No head. Arms cut off. It's over.
I was high on that team too,
they
bro.
got-
What a fucking cold take.
Let's go back 9 weeks. That was your week 1 mortal.
I know.
We should have seen that stretch coming. 1-15.
Hey, we're gonna get into that. I am back.
1-15. We'll be getting into that on the B Team Best Bets. But that is my power rankings this week. We have the quarterback rankings coming back next week. I'm excited for that because there's going to be a lot of movement in there.
Yeah,
a lot of movement from the last
100%.
one. Yeah, this week was tough because there's a lot of teams that are starting to weed themselves out. It's even actually getting tough to do the top 10 because
Injuries too, man.
there's
a lot of
injuries.
Star power injuries.
Honestly, when I was doing this, you got like a top 7 or 8, and then there's a big gap between them and what should really be like the first 7 out.
Yeah, it can really go either way. I agree.
But all right, anything else you want to get into?
No, that's it, man. Good,
All right.
good stuff. Way to come back. We'll be back next week.
All right, see you guys.
See y'all.